And we back. Welcome back to another episode of the Get Buckets podcast, powered by Hardwood Inc. Today I got a special episode talking about the Greenville versus Mann game with the very own Greenville player, Houston Long. You know, had to get him on here. Sophomore, one of the many sophomores they have on the team, and just thought I would bring him on. Been a good friend of mine for the past couple years, and just had to be first guest in a minute on the Get Buckets podcast, first in-person guest on the Get Buckets podcast. But yeah, basically today we'll just be I'll be covering the Greenville versus Mann game, and he'll just be throwing out a few of his thoughts that he had on it, and just how he felt the game went. Since he was in it.
Oh yeah, a little bit, got some little minutes.
Got a little bit of burn. But I'm gonna just make it clear, in case nobody knew, Greenville did win this game, and low-key dominated by the end. By the end of the game, it was no-brainer who was winning. It wasn't very close, but I still thought, since I went to the game, let me give my thoughts and opinions on it. First thing I wanted to talk about was just the amount of athleticism Greenville possesses, and basically how this gives them the advantage against, honestly, not just Mann, but just any of their opponents. And it really just it made Mann struggle. I'm not gonna hold.
I was just saying that's like a big part of our defensive principles. We use kind of our athleticism and stuff, especially against Gerald Mann. They're such like a guard heavy team. And we have a bunch of athletic guards.
Yeah.
I was just saying they shut them down. They did a good job shutting them down. I was thinking about that.
Yeah, for sure. And the amount of rebounds, we were talking about Romani getting mad boards.
Yeah, I think he had six.
Yeah,
6 or 7.
A lot of offensive rebounds just to keep the possessions alive. Out there hustling, and that's just a key thing. Creating extra possessions and just making it harder for Mann to gain possessions and score. That's always a big key component, and they did great at that.
Actually, I was gonna say, listen, I thought early, when we started getting those offensive possessions, it kind of got to them a little bit.
Yeah.
And they didn't really want to go for rebounds. They didn't want they felt a little discouraged after they saw our guards and our athletic bigs were starting to get in a little bit, scoring and blocking shots. That kind of took a little bit out of them early.
It took a little bit out of them when Romani tried to dunk on Franklin.
First dunk, first ever attempt. I thought he was about to dunk on him. The whole gym was about to go crazy. But
about to go wild. I thought he had it. I thought he put it up there a little. I was like, dang, just should have put. First game, but besides that, I gotta talk about the foul count. I'm not gonna hold. It was Jail Man did very well keeping the lead in the first half for almost the whole entire first half.
Yeah, it was super back and forth.
Yeah, for sure.
Even and I gotta give it to Mann with the foul count being as uneven. They did a good job. I guess you could say not letting it get to them, but it was still close. It was 20-23 at halftime because we just got a buzzer beater 3.
They did.
Yeah.
Wait, who hit it?
It was Bryson. Bryson pump faked and one dribble and we just ran out the locker room.
Okay, yeah. I do remember it. I didn't realize it was a 3. I thought I believed it was 2, but hey, a W3.
Yeah, facts. It put us up. I think that really
gave us momentum.
A bunch of momentum.
For sure. Going into that second half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were doing straight at the beginning. I think I think Calhoun and even Jaquavius Hill, the two veteran guys on Jail Man, I feel like they had 2 or 3 going into halftime, and that definitely got to them. They're aggressive guards, and I mean the coaches, they basically had to tell them don't be as aggressive in the second half because of that.
We definitely knew Natumbu had 3 fouls. When we were going in the locker room, we were talking about that a little bit. Try to get him one more, and then Bryson got the charge. Kind of made it tough for him to play as aggressive. So we got lucky with that.
That was straight out the gate too. He came back in, passed the ball in the Calhoun, went right at him. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
They had to take him out pretty quick. Next thing I had on the list these freshmen at Greenville got the confidence, bro. Oh my goodness.
Hey, shout out Cam and Arquise.
Cam, what's his last name again?
Cam Smith.
Cam Smith, Georgia Stars player, came from Berea Middle. You know, I didn't know what to expect. I always knew he's gonna go out there and compete, but not a super scorer, but it gives off a lot of Eli Allen. I don't know if y'all know Eli Allen, but just a tough nosed defender and tough nosed player in general last year for Greenville, and took a bunch of charges and just his signature was defense. He wasn't a bad offensive player, but he really just gave it 130% on defense, and that was his role on the team, and he did very well at it. And I think Cam is really embracing that role right now as the defensive guy on the team, and in the minutes that he's given, and that was just good to see. No matter how he does it, even if it might be a little bit aggressive,
a little chippy,
yeah. And then who you say, Raquise? What's his last name?
Arquise,
my fault.
Arquise White,
aka Nuke.
Yeah.
Played at Severe last year. Here and there, played a little here and there, and lefty, tough finisher. If he gets to the rim, he was getting to the rim yesterday. I can't.
He was using both. We've been working I've been seeing him work on a little bit this summer, using that right.
Okay.
He can get to the cup.
Yeah.
But you force him right. But now it's a lot more consistent. And I think it's also cool. He was he wasn't really sure where he'd be put in the summer leading up, and now he's really proving himself. We had a scrimmage against Burns. I think he led the team in scoring, and then Dorman and Hillcrest he played really well. And I think that's cool that he's solidified a spot and good minutes as a freshman. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Not for sure, especially like you said, he didn't know exactly what his role was gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
That's and as a freshman, that's always cool. And then the confidence just goes up. He's always been a confident player.
Both of them, man.
Yeah,
they're always so confident. They're always talking this stuff.
Oh, for sure. They got that Greenville mindset.
Yeah, I think that really adds to our team though. Having them to start something early, really get us fired up. Especially if we're not feeling it,
Mm-hmm.
When we're down or something like that, they're always gonna compete. No matter what, they're always competing, and that kind of brings us up. So I think that's cool. Even as freshmen,
mm-hmm.
leading, we still have some seniors, and they're still leading them, getting everybody fired up. I think that's cool.
Oh yeah, it did. And honestly, they kind of changed the game against Mann. I feel because when they came in,
they got electric.
Yeah, and even if they in the first half, if the lead did stay the same, the fact that it is staying the same, even with them in as freshmen and them not going on any sort of run, they really didn't go on any runs. Besides maybe at one point they had a few layups, but I feel like even when y'all did sub people in and out, it was just a consistent score and all that.
Yeah.
Next thing I want to talk about, Isaiah Henry didn't do bad. I can't lie. I feel like he didn't do too bad. I think he was getting a little bit annoyed just based off of the other calls his teammates were getting, honestly, because I don't think he had too many fouls. It was more all their other guards. Everybody else had 3 or 4 fouls, and I think he was just it might have got to him a little bit, but overall he had a solid game. I think I know he plays against Romani and Bryson; those are his teammates, so he had to go out there and just ball out. But as a sophomore, he's definitely been steadily improving, and it's been good to see. I like his confidence. Those 1-3 hit probably every part of the rim, but hey, it still dropped.
Right, yeah. Oh, it did.
It did drop. He's gonna be ready to shoot, and I've just been liking the confidence I see by him as a sophomore.
Even as a freshman, he gave us 18, and when we had our team, so we were also locked in on him. I can't lie. He gave us a bucket last year.
Dang.
So we we made sure to really be aware, because you have Zane Valentine, a good shooter.
Yeah.
Natumbu is obviously a good shooter, but Isaiah will give you a sneaky 14, and he's a key player. 14 points that would have brought the game a lot closer. in the end, but yeah, we were focused on him a little bit, and then with Bryson and Romani playing with him, they kind of know. They've been playing for years. They kind of know how to get under his skin a little bit, and things he's not as good at. So we were lucky to have that.
Oh yeah, He gives off that Jeremy Grant type.
Yeah,
that
for real.
you. I'm not gonna say you forget about him for sure, but he's gonna sneakily give y'all. He can definitely surprise a few teams if you're not paying attention. I do have to mention the fact that the amount of big men that Jail Man be subbing is a little bit. I don't think they got a consistent big man. They start Franklin, they sub in Big Will, they sub in ATM.
A little bit, yeah.
They got a few like people they be bringing in, but that consistency at the big position, I think they struggled against Greenville. I mean, a lot of them aren't too athletic. I mean, Frank isn't that. He's
just a little small. He's more like a 4. It's hard to put him against like Red Moan,
young.
who's like 6'4" and
huge,
and he's young.
Man.
Yeah, that's a
grown man.
He's got to be like reclassed a couple times. I can't lie, but I mean.
Yeah, I mean, Franklin, he look. You can tell he looks young, and just the shots he was missing, like, give him a season, and I guarantee he's gonna be dominant. They also had Tez in there, who's a sophomore, and he was getting a few boards, but just a lot of them just don't have the strength or the athleticism to dominate the way that I feel like the Greenville bigs or Greenville players were. But I think that kind of hurt them on the inside. Greenville was just getting to the rack like consistent. They probably shot like 4 3. Y'all do not shoot that many threes, honestly.
We should shoot more, honestly. I think we should, but yeah, it's a big thing. I mean, we have a bunch of like quick guards, like Isaiah Mosley, like he's gonna get to the cup. Bryson Drummond, he's gonna get there. But I would also say, like, on what you were talking about on the glass, like we have Zakiah Sullivan, we got Bryce Woodhouse, and they're both really aggressive. Zach's really athletic. It's hard to like keep him on boards. And Bryce is he's a dog. So he's gonna foul you. And
favorite player is Dennis Rodman.
No, that's gotta be, because he's getting he's just gonna get rebounds. He's gonna foul you, and like younger players, like even when I'm practicing against them, it's like I find it hard to like really like want to go after rebounds because I know I'm gonna get hit in the mouth with an elbow. So.
Oh yeah, they were struggling. Honestly, I think some of y'all guards had more boards than their bigs.
Yeah, I mean that's probably true. Honestly.
Yeah.
Romani, I mean, not to bring him up again, but like he had 4 offensive rebounds. I'm pretty sure, something like that.
And they were like key moments, like even off of just free throws or something. What was I gonna say? Honestly, if you went off purely guards for Mann and Greenville, you would think like they're pretty even. I think the reason y'all got, not saying this is the only reason y'all got the win, but just the difference in the big position, I feel like that definitely threw them off.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Because even though y'all's big, y'all do have a decent little rotation. I feel like your bigs are pretty strong.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely.
Shout out to
Roman Cooley. He was getting himself a couple boards. I think he was a little upset, but honestly, I thought he played well. His job is to get in there, get rebounds.
Got a little N1.
And you got an N1.
I talked to him after. He said he didn't even know he got it when he did get the N1. I mean, that boy's skinny, but hey, he got a little strength to him.
He told me he does like 300 push-ups a day. Like he'll just randomly in our team sports class, he'll just start like cranking out push-ups. He's like skinny strong.
Yeah.
I feel like people don't know that.
Oh yeah, no, he was definitely he said he averaged like 13. He did average like 13 and 10 for BHP last year, so they got some. I mean, he knows what's up. He's been playing
as a freshman. He's a sophomore now, so like as a freshman, he was averaging those.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just another one of the guys. That's how Greenville they got a deep bench.
Yeah. No, I feel like we can go extremely deep. Like I mean, our freshmen, then we have just other guards coming off the bench too. Houston Long, man, he's I'm playing, but I think we do have a deep bench.
While we were watching, we were just saying even in like the first quarter, he had like 11 players come in, by the end of the first quarter, first half. Like I was like, dang. I said, GMC, we can't run it like that, but I was like, that's respect. That just shows that the attention to detail there and like player development and all that, and how y'all all are pretty skilled in what you do. Next aspect I wanted to bring up, the fouling. Like just the foul trouble Mann got into. This definitely just completely put them behind. I feel like, Natumbu had to sit the bench a lot. Jaquavius Hill, who has made a comeback this season after I don't believe he played last year. Who honestly is probably a question mark. A lot of teams don't know how to. Like, if he does do well, I wouldn't be surprised just because a lot of teams aren't game planning for him, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
It's all about Stop Natumbu and Isaiah. So, he can definitely be that piece. And he was using his size a good amount in there. And, honestly, it felt like Mann didn't have many possessions in the second half. Like, it felt like Greenville had the ball, like, 80% of the time, honestly.
I got to give credit to Cam and Arquise, though. Like, they made it, like, really hard for Natumbu and, like, Zane to come dribble it up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even Isaiah, like, had a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
So I feel like we just got those quick stops, like, easy transition buckets. Or we just, like, in the half court, we try to be patient. Like, we try to run, like, that Spurs offense,
Yeah.
Just take our time, get the best shot.
For sure.
So, yeah.
And I know y'all always going to be a little handsy. I saw, like, anytime anybody's dribbling, it's always
little handshakes here and there, yeah.
If they're not calling them, I guess keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, just the difference in that first half. Like, it was probably, like, 4 minutes in the second half, or the fourth quarter, and it was just, like, an inbounds play. I think this is after.
I think it was a free throw. I'm pretty sure.
It was just one play. They tried to throw it into Natumbu, and I think y'all just got the steal. Like, it looked like Mann had no life by the end of by the middle. It just looked like y'all had depleted them almost.
Yeah, that's our goal, honestly. Like,
and almost get in their head. It seemed like. I mean, yes, it looked like y'all were the more conditioned team, honestly, or maybe it was just purely mental. I mean.
Yeah.
I got to give it out. We've been talking a lot about the freshmen at Greenville. Got to give it out to Keyshawn. I mean, as a freshman at Mann, he also played at Sevier with Arquise. So, they know each other. I feel like he didn't do too bad for a freshman.
He did pretty good as a freshman.
Yeah. I mean, he came in there and battled, especially there at the end,
Yeah, maybe a little bit. He saw it on defense.
He came a little. He had a 3 there at the end. I saw a little bit. Who was it? Bryson tried to gain his head a little. No, Bryson's gonna be like that though. He's gonna be a pest to everyone. I saw every time somebody's shooting free throws, bro, he's trying to go near the player.
That's just him, man.
Oh yeah. He be reminding me now. Don't be getting this flipped up. He be reminding me of Draymond. I'm not gonna hold
low key the mentality. Yeah, I like somewhat of mentality of Draymond.
Yeah,
honestly, yeah.
And just like a big guard.
Yeah.
Maybe not all the antics around him, but just like what he be doing.
Yeah.
But overall, the last things I had, I felt like Zane, honestly, I feel like he played solid in the first. Zane Valentine from Mann. I feel like he played straight in the first half. I mean, he might have had like 8 or 9, I think, at half. But like I was saying, like it seemed like in the second they had just Greenville just wore him down. All them football guys, man, they just wore him down. And then by the time the fourth quarter came, I think y'all probably held them to less than 10 points in the third. Yeah,
something like that. We just, I like after that we came out that locker room we really just want to like step on their throats, and especially after that 3, honestly, like after Bryson hit that 3, like coming into the third quarter, I feel like we just like got like hyped up and stuff because it was close, and then we just kind of went on a little run, and then like we just didn't look back from there. So I'm happy about that.
Man, last person, I'm not even gonna lie, we have not talked about at all. Elijah. We have not said a word about him. Mad efficient. Thanks. We were up there talking. I was like, this man Elijah's touched the ball like 2 times. I don't think he was out a good amount in the first half. I think he had like 2 fouls or something.
Yeah, he did. He had like 2 or 3 or something.
Yeah, so he didn't play in much in the first, but I don't think he even attempted. I swear I did not see him attempt a shot.
And win the
first half, yeah.
Nah, he did. He attempted a couple shots. I think he attempted 1. It was like a 3.
Yeah.
Like over somebody. I don't remember who it was, but yeah.
But second half came, and I mean,
different animal.
I mean, in the shots he took, he hit like 80% of them. So I just had to come on here, and I've always known he was a efficient player. I've seen him play in AAU. I know he played at Legacy for those couple years, so I've always known he was a solid player. But it was just that one. He hit him with like that Jordan pull in and out. I was like, oh, because his like he's like sneaky, like fast. So he came down the court.
He's super shifty.
Came down the court all like kind of slow a little bit, and then he just hit him with a mean.
Yeah.
Heem. I was like, oh snap.
Yeah, no, I wish he could get a little more like touches. I mean, we have so many guards. It's hard to like give the ball to everybody, obviously, but
yeah.
I mean, he's so efficient. Like, like even like shooting wise, he's such a good like guy to kick out to. So I think he should get a little more touches.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess I understand a lot of the guys y'all have on the team y'all had last year.
Even he's like new to the system. Also,
yeah. So I understand that. I mean, what did he play? He did play down in June, but even then,
a little bit.
Y'all had Baba back then, even.
Yeah, so it's still a bunch of guards.
It was different, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, but what do we take from this game, man? I mean, y'all. I honestly thought y'all did straight when y'all played like Dorman. I mean, the score. I guess y'all lost by about 20 to Dorman, but I mean Dorman. I mean, they're solid. They're always going to be good. But, I mean, I feel like y'all can definitely step it up. And even with, I mean, y'all know Jeremy Cook hopefully will be coming back in January. And that just his aggression should definitely help. I just hope y'all all keep your heads up and just can stay 10 toes down on the season and don't get too flustered off of these, non-region games. Greenville, just keep doing what y'all doing. Houston, I need you to turn up.
I have to just a little bit, just the slightest,
You know what I'm saying? Show off that real shooting ability, the real slow fundamental basketball.
Yeah, thanks.
They always gonna, and I'm definitely gonna try and come out there and watch some more of y'all's games, especially when y'all play Westside. I'm
excited to see that. I'm excited to hopefully get in, but obviously, but I'm excited to see that.
It's on due time.
Yeah, facts.
Just keep working, and you definitely should. Your time will come.
Yeah,
you gotta keep working. Just become a pest.
Yeah, maybe defensive pest, Patrick Beverly type player.
You gotta push them a little bit. Fall. They go over you, so you can get the team to call it quick tech.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I have to come out to some of your games. Man. I haven't been the one that's. I didn't go to any last year. I think I did. I went to like a couple maybe.
Oh yeah,
Nah, this year I need to pull up.
Oh yeah, we got something going on.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna come rep the
Ville.
Yeah, the county. Yeah. And this won't be the last individual video I do off of just a game. I'm gonna definitely be trying to go watch different teams and off of guys I know on the team, just have them on and talk about the school that they represent and all that. It was no matter what man you are. My boy Houston, didn't even play much yesterday, but that's all good. I still came out here and I'm gonna still put my guys on because at the end of the day, it's just about the people and just building the platform and just I'm over here. It's more about y'all than anything. I just want to talk about y'all when y'all do good and even if you don't do as well, just what you can work on. I mean, I think there's always room for growth.
Yeah.
In anything.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah. So that will do it. Our Greenville versus Mann and my boy Houston Long's take. Go watch my boy play. Who y'all play? Blue Ridge?
We play Blue Ridge again, Tuesday. And then we play Mann again, Friday, I think. At their house. So.
Man, get your get back. I know.
Y'all don't need it, man.
Nah, man, get your get back. Zane, I need 30.
Nah, it's not.
It's that, man?
It's that, man, yeah.
Okay. Nah, that should be a good one. I doubt I'll be at that one just because we probably play. I think we play that day, but nonetheless, good luck to both these teams. And without further ado, that will be it for this episode of the Get Buggers podcast, powered by the one and only Hardwood Inc. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.